Hey, what's up? All right. I'm just drinking my coffee, actually. Actually, no, I'm not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to crack this open. Yep, it's that time. We're going down the Ryefield moles rabbit hole again. The Challenger 2 came out recently. Seems to be their kind of flagship kit that everybody was raving about. So I finally got my hands on one. It was my birthday last week, so happy birthday to me. Let's take a look. Really like the cover art. I was actually looking online for some reference, and I found this as a wallpaper. You can, this actual illustration without all the lettering and everything. The Jason, whoever he is, 2019. You can find this if you Google Challenger 2 wallpaper. You'll find that if you like that. Okay, so some nice pictures on the side of the box. Nice little reference pictures for the 3D model, I guess. It's the computer 3D model. They always put on there. And little color info profile on the other side. Very nice. I got blocked up this morning. I haven't been out of bed long. It's getting a little bit cold here in sunny California. All right. So first thing I see is a world of hate and nightmares. Individual tracks. And this box is crammed. Now, if you're familiar with doing these, then you'll understand that it's a few evenings watching TV, putting these together. They don't look too bad. Typically Ryefield, very crisp, no flash, zero flash. I mean, absolutely perfect. The moldings, they've really got their game on when it comes to molding parts now. Comes in 3 parts. Got the bottoms here, and you've got the piece that they pivot on, and then you've got the tops with the rubber. Excuse me, with the rubber feet. Yep, I think offhand I'm going to say there's about 196. I'm not sure. I think it's close to 200. So yeah, that's those. Over there. Really nicely individually packed parts. Turret parts individually packed. Very nice. And the top piece. Take a look at that. I like the way they do this. They always put them in like individual little baggies that are individually resealable, so you can put them back in again and keep them safe. Looking at this is beautiful. I mean, the detail's really nice. It's very clean. They've got the actual part letter stamped on the other side. A little bit of sprue plugs. You can pop those. You don't have to. You're not going to see them, but I just pop them off. It's just a habit. Like that. Other than that, you can see that's beautiful. Really nice. Really excited about this. I think it's going to be a great. Well, from what I've seen, it's a great model. I've seen a couple of builds. Let me just pop that back in there. Hopefully. I need to drink more coffee. Got it. Okay, so yeah, turret, same scene, same deal. Really nice. Now they had some corrections of instructions in here, which is nice. I guess when they printed the books off, someone went through it and spotted a couple of idiosyncrasies with the instructions. So nice of them to let us know, because normally that's something that you find out and you're scratching your head. Especially with Ryefield, their instructions tend to be quite intense, to say the least. So really nice that they're on their game with that one. The instructions, we'll take a look at that in a minute. So let's put that to one side. Okay, so another piece. I've been told that this kit, some of them went out with that missing. I guess these things happen, but so if you buy this kit, straight away check that you've got all the parts. If not, you can take it back to wherever you bought it from. I'm sure they'll sort that out. But we've got that part, so I'm happy about that. I think it looks like the lower hole. Bag of photo etch, clear parts, little plugs for the wheels, some little decals, standard photo etch. If you've done a Ryefield kit before, you'll be familiar with it. I think they produce their own photo etch. A lot of kit manufacturers now have got collaborations with photo etch companies. But I believe, if I remember rightly, that Ryefield actually produce their own. I might be wrong. Yeah, you can see it down here. It looks really nice, actually. Very nice. Not a huge amount, which is a good thing or a bad thing. It's kind of a good thing for me. I'm not a big fan of making photo etch. I like what it does, but I really am not a fan of building photo etch parts. All that super glue nonsense. Okay, so there's that. Actually, we'll pop that back in there. Clear parts for the. I think for the gun turret. Not too many of those. It's not too bad either. In general, I think this tank is actually a very straightforward build. It looks like a lot. I think the actual looking at the tank, there's nothing that appears to me to be anything too crazy. You know, like some tanks, you just think, oh man, there's that piece there. I've got to build that, and that's going to be really intense. This seems really straightforward. That's the side armor. Really nice, beautiful. Awesome rivets. I mean, Ryefield, they actually give you the option to add rivets. They're really into their details and rivets and stuff, which is always kind of cool. Although it's a pain to do. Yeah. More parts there. Alright, so this is the rear armor. I can't remember what they call this. I'm not a massive tank buff. You guys probably know the actual name for this. Let me get that over. Let's get it. Yeah. Just want to rip these bags. Yeah, you'll be very careful with that one. Really nice. They do a photo etch kit. You can get a photo etch add-on for this, which I think replaces all this with photo etch, which is awesome. I mean, if you want to go there, I'm quite happy with the way it is, to be honest. I think it looks pretty good straight out of the box. But yeah, there you go. Nice, super detailed work. Wheels. Okay, so that's stacking them up here. I don't know if you can see that. There you go, we'll do that. Stacking them up. All right. All right, so we've got wheels. Beautifully detailed. Always nice to always check out the sprockets. The sprockets look amazing. What else we got here? There's some crazy details there. No idea what that is. Some super small parts. Ryefield do pack their sprues full of lovely little tiny parts to test your eyesight. I really love the movable parts on these. They do like tiny little pieces that you can move, just to add that extra bit of realism. Really nice. But again, looking at those, there's like plug. I don't know what you call those, like remnants of the plugs of the molds. So you want to snip those off. There's plenty of those. That's all right. That's fine. I think they leave them on there so that people can put grips on them. I genuinely think they leave them there as a kind of a piece of engineering that you can use to hold the wheel with when you're painting them, and then you just snip them off afterwards. Because it's something that I've kind of mulled over in my head as to why they leave those there on certain things. I think it's literally so you can hold the piece while you're painting it. I mean, of course we wouldn't do that, but we work in a different way. But so yeah, there's the gun barrel there. The main barrel comes in 3 parts, I think. Is it 3 parts? Looks like it. No, actually 2. Looks like 2 or 4 parts. It comes in halves because molding that in one piece would be virtually impossible. You can get a replacement barrel online. Someone made one ages ago for the old Challenger 2 model, but I looked it up and they're out. They don't make them anymore. So if you can find one on eBay, you might be lucky. But I think we might be all right with that. I think we can make that work. The secret to that is when you, if you're doing 2 halves like that, is basically glue it and make sure you clamp it super tight. If you clamp it super tight, the seam lines will be virtually non-existent. So it's all in the clamping when you do parts like that. You've got to clamp them real tight when you glue them. Yeah, really nice. All right, we'll put that back in there now. I'm going to put side pieces for the bathtub hole. Really nice. I mean, the way they mold these, the detail is just fantastic. You can see it super clean. There's zero flash. Like I said, more of these plugs. Very strange because like last time I did a Ryefield tank, they didn't have this. So this is something new to their process. Now, like I said, I don't know why they don't remove them. But I mean, it's fine. You can snip them off. Well, you can leave them on if you want. But yeah, it's a strange thing. You can see that they're all kind of perfect as well. All right, so let's pop all that back in there and we'll take a look through the instructions, see what's cracking with that. Let's put those on there. Let's get those tracks put away carefully. It's got cold here now in California, so it's kind of getting into modeling season. It's been crazy hot this summer, insane hot. But you know, I've been getting through it and building, which has kind of been cool. All right, yeah. So just going to pop the lid back on that. Move that to one side for now. take a look at the instructions. All right, typically with Ryefield, really nice book, very heavy book. On the back they've got some pictures of some of the other kits available. Really nice illustrations, box illustrations. And some of the other stuff they do, the workable track lengths and stuff like that. It's kind of nice. On the front, obviously the picture, assembly icons, which you have to pay attention to. And always they have this is always the same standard sprue layout, so you can go through, check all your sprues, tells you how many sprues you got. So obviously there's 4 of those, H times 4, and everything else. Got a piece of wire there, I didn't see that in there, I guess it's in there. Some rubber parts, poly caps, yeah, interesting. Looks like first off you start off with the hull. This is one of those kits where you have to build the hull. So Tamiya, some of the other kits, the hull comes pre-made, so it all comes in one piece. With some of these other manufacturers like Ryefield, you have to build the hull in pieces. It looks like it's like three pieces, then the add-on pieces. Actually no, it's 4. Sorry, my bad. Pretty straightforward stuff. Should slam through that real quick. You've got to drill some holes out here. 0.7mm, 1.1, very precise. I'm guessing that's 1mm. The color, they always have colors, which helps. Obviously the yellow's the photo etch. So some photo etch pieces to make there, which is nice. And then the suspension. It's kind of sprung suspension, so this system basically means that the suspension can move. So you've got movable suspension. And the polycap wheels, which means they can come on and off. You can take them off to paint. And there's the instructions of how to build your tracks. They give you like a piece to, like a jig to put the track pieces in. It's fairly straightforward. You can work it out. It's not rocket science. Yep, da-da-da. Photo etch. And boom, you got the hull, one piece. A little more photo etch there. The side armor. Towing cable of some description. I actually bought some. You know, it gives you a weight there, 110mm. I actually bought some cable. I don't have it here, but I bought some 1mm steel cable. So we'll probably replace that with actual real cable. So I've got a feeling that there is probably string. But we'll see. I didn't see any steel cable in there. More photo etch. Here. There's photo etch. It's the rear. All that stuff there goes on pretty easy. Then you get onto the gun turret. And the machine gun. It's interesting because the machine gun, this machine gun actually looks like it's got a lot of pieces, but it looks like it's fairly straightforward. Some of these machine gun builds can be very complicated and fiddly, but this one, I mean, there's a little bit of fiddliness, but in general it doesn't look too bad. I really hate doing machine gun nests like that. It's always a pain, but all right. What else we got here? Just the gun turret going together. Some really nice stuff here. I like these little illustrations. They're nice. They give you, you know, a look of how it's supposed to be when it's done. So you get it exactly right. I really like that. That table thing, the radar table, is really cool. Little piece of rubber there that goes on there. More photo etch. All right, there you go. There's the gun barrel. So yeah, you got your two halves and your pieces to go together. A little bit of photo etch there, but and the rubber sleeve, which goes on a specific way. I guess they got a sag in it, which is kind of nice, make it look a bit real. Tells you there to cut those pieces off. And that's kind of it. Get to the end there, and you got last couple of pieces. You got a kind of a, I don't know what that is. It's kind of a weird photo etch thing. And there's the upgrade for all the photo etch, which I would do, but I got to be honest with you, I'm quite keen to get going on this. And I think what I've seen so far and what comes with the kit, it's actually probably, I'd be perfectly happy with what it actually comes with. This has an extra drop down piece there, which isn't on the standard kit, which like I said, it's cool, but it's like maybe you'll get into that. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm a bit slouchy this morning because, like I said, just had my first coffee of the day. Just got out of bed, and I thought, well, I better shoot this video before I start building the thing because I really want to steam into this. Right, cool. Happy hump day.